Scholars who are being accused of being Khawarij by the ignorant people have never called for any of those things. In fact, they've advised always the young people to be patient, steadfast, not to be excitable, not to use their emotions and let their emotions take them away, to always rule according to Allah's law and be patient and learn and educate yourself. This is the da'wah of scholars such as Shaykh Safar al Hawali or Salman Auda. Unfortunately, when you take those scholars and imprison them and silence them, they're no longer able to control the young people with their advice and their wisdom. And then the young people allow their emotions to carry them away, and they do unfortunate things. So it is completely against the better judgment of sane, rational people to take scholars who call to moderation and patience and take them and imprison them. Because when you remove moderation, then you have two extremes. The extreme who blindly parrot whatever the official line of a regime is, and the other extreme who are ready to open armed rebellion, even though that was going to cause death and destruction and all kinds of unfortunate consequences. Shaykh Safar al Hawali, for example, said to me and to many other people, as is common knowledge, that if the government of his country were to be removed, that would be a great fitna, and that the people who came after them would be worse than them. So we shouldn't seek to overthrow the ones who are there, because the ones who will come after them will be worse. At least the ones who are there claim the law is based on Shari'ah and do many good works along with the bad works they do. But the ones who come after them, perhaps they will overthrow the concept of Shari'ah completely. And that would be very unfortunate. And therefore, he and the other scholars like him have always told the people that the way of knowledge is Amr Ma'ruf, Nahi Anil Munkar, learning more and being patient, commanding what is right and forbidding what is wrong. And this is the hikmah and wisdom of the Islamic scholars. But sometimes in Islam, actual removal of the rulers is necessary. And it is the only right alternative. And that is because the rulers are not there because of themselves. Allah did not ask us to follow Walayat al-Amr because of himself, because there's some sacred duty in Islam to obey a certain human being. But as Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah made clear in his Qaida fil Hisbah, that the purpose or the maqsood of all positions of authority or wilayah in Islam is that the deen will be devoted entirely to Allah. أن يكون الدين كله لله, and that Allah's word will be supreme. For that is the only purpose of Allah's creation of the world, revelation of the scriptures, sending of the messengers. For that reason the messengers and believers fought jihad, and it's for this reason that people fight, so that there will not be a fitna, and so the religion will all be devoted to Allah alone. The welfare, the maslahah of the children of Adam cannot be complete in either this world or the next without gathering together as a society, bita'awan, cooperation together, and tanasur, supporting each other, for acquiring all that is beneficial to the society in the dunya and akhirah, and supporting each other and repelling the things which are harmful to society in the dunya and akhirah. So the purpose of the ruler is to prevent all bad in the society and to bring all that is good according to Sharia. It is according to this purpose that the ruler is there. So when the ruler himself is destroying all that is good and bringing in all that is bad, there's no purpose in retaining this person. And it becomes un-Islamic to claim that we should not criticize or we should not call for a change in the state of affairs in this particular place. Allah gives victory and support to a dawla al-adila, the just state, even if it's a kafir state. And He does not give victory or support to an unjust state, even when it is a believing state. And subhanAllah, every one of our Islamic countries can be clearly called an unjust state. Even the best states that apply Shari'ah in many aspects of life, it's applied, the hudud are applied on the poor and the weak. The wealthy and prominent people are openly corrupt, openly practice evil in the society, and there is no justice. Allah will not support us, He will not give us any victory as long as our states are states of injustice, unfairness, corruption. So we can forget about any possibility of Islam ever having the possibility of regaining whatever has been lost, until we have states built on justice. And justice, of course, is the fair application of Shari'ah on all classes of the society. That's justice. Without justice, Allah will give victory over our enemies, because they're more just than we are. As we know, we're living in places like England or America. Our chance of getting justice in those places is much greater than in any Muslim country. So we can count on Islam staying in its stagnant position today as long as we have the kind of governments which we have. So as Ibn Taymiyyah says, Allah revealed the scripture, sent down the scripture so that we will establish qist, or justice. That is the reason He commanded the ummah to appoint the rulers, tawliyat walat al-ummah. So the ummah appoints the rulers to establish justice. That is the reason they're there. And when justice ceases to be, then the reason for them being there ceases also. And Allah commanded, as Ibn Taymiyyah said, وَلَاتَ الْعُمُرِ أَنْ يُرُدْ الْأَمَانَاتِ إِلَى أَهْلِهَا وَإِذَا حَكَمُوا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ أَنْ يَحْكُمُوا بِالْعَدْلِ. He ordered them to return what is entrusted to him to the proper owner. And when he judges or rules between people, to do so based on justice. So that is the reason that we have government in Islam. It's not just something as the Christian concept. We're being told by some Muslims today that we have the Middle Ages Christian concept, that we have a divine right of kings, and that He's put there to command us as He sees fit, and we obey no matter what He does. And this is not the Islamic concept. This was never the Islamic concept at any time. But the ruler is put there for a reason. To prevent evil from happening, to use his strength, to use his forces, to protect us, and to establish justice and good among us, and to bring us whatever is beneficial to us in this life and the hereafter, and protect us from whatever is harmful to us as a society and as individuals. And this is the purpose of all the positions of authority, commanding right and forbidding what is wrong. Whether we're talking about the military, the police, the judges, the financial affairs, all the affairs, as Ibn Taymiyyah talked about in the Qaeda, all of those affairs are wilaya. All of them are appointed only to rule by Allah's law. So when any one of those affairs is not judged according to Allah's law, then we return to the problem of al-hakimiyyah. That's why إِذَا صَلَحُوا صَلَحُوا النَّاسِ وَإِذَا فَسَدُوا فَسَدُوا النَّاسِ. This is talking about two people, the rulers and the ulama. If the leaders of the society, in knowledge and in security and in force, if they're righteous, then the society is righteous. And if they're corrupted, then the society as a whole is corrupt. There's no way of reforming society without reforming government. Educating all the people, if that were possible, without government support, would still not produce the desired result as long as the governments themselves are destroying and spreading completely anti-Islamic concepts among the people whom you are trying to educate. Yes, we must be patient. As Ibn Taymiyyah says, it is obligatory for the Ra'i, the leader, to be patient with his citizens. So if his citizens do things he doesn't like, or speak words that are not pleasing to him, he should be patient with them. And it is obligatory for us, the citizens, to be patient with the injustices and outrages. And then he gives the qaida, as long as that does not result in greater harm. But when it results in greater harm, then, of course, we have to seek alternatives.